going on, winners? It's your boy Loso 2.0. And today I have Diem by the day. We got Chrissy over here, we got Nathan, and we got Lonzo over here going to talk about their business and everything. So first, I just want to say, what made you even come up with the name Diem by the day? I always wondered that.
I'll answer that. So Diem by the day. Obviously, everyone knows the term Carpe Diem seize the day. Um, but my whole term of Diem by the day, I wanted to drop Carpe because of the
Mhm,
fact that during the time that I was going through, I was in college. You know, in college, you kind of set yourself on like a set schedule.
mhm,
Um, and I felt like I was doing the same thing every single day. I felt like I was literally putting myself in a box of doing the same thing every day. So I was like, cool, let me figure out. I always wanted to do clothes. Christy knows that. When we was in like 2016, we used to think about ways to start brands, and it was something that we wanted to do for a long time. So when I was in college, we actually went to two different colleges. But when I was in college, I was like, yo, listen, I think I want to do a clothing line. And at the time when I was doing the same thing every day, I said, yo, listen, I'm gonna do Diem. I'm gonna see Diem, just straight Diem. And that means to me, Diem, nobody really knows this, but Diem means by the day. Like
mhm.
Diem means by the day. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Like Diem
Mhm,
means by the day. But to me, it means laying a brick down every day. Kind of how Nipsey said, laying a brick
mhm.
down every day. By the time you realize it, you got a house. So that was my whole take on Diem by the day. And it was to me, it was a long little process. I had Diem. I just wanted Diem. And then some little things happened. So we had to put the by the day part. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
Diem
yeah,
by the day now.
that's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Diem by the
yeah,
day now, though.
Nah, that's what's up, bro. It's fine. I never knew that that's what that meant anyway. So that's actually tough right there. That I like that whole concept right there. So all three of you guys, y'all all went to high school together too as well. Is that how all y'all
Yeah.
met?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What high school did y'all end up going to?
It's all right. We was talking about it before, but now we all went to a boarding school on Pennsylvania. So it's called Hershey, well, Miller Hershey School. But
Hmm.
we all Nate is he's a class behind us. Me and Lion graduated together, but we all just knew each other. We kind of basically all got really close back in Jersey though. So
Yeah.
me and
Hmm.
Lonnie was already like cool as it is because we was in the same class, so we was always hanging out. Then Nate, I was always cool as his brother when he came to high school, and over time we was able to get accustomed to Nate, hang out with Nate, and Nate surprisingly had the same liking in what we wanted to do, so we just kind of all just started bonding together. So as our friend group, we have like it's three of us right here, but like in our entire friend group from Jersey, it's like a lot of us. So because we all kind of went to the same school, we all live around the same area, and we all been together for like almost 10+ years now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn. Yeah. All right. Cool. So this is deeper than DM by the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, facts though, and we was kind of talking about before the podcast started. That's like good too as well. That you can kind of like, because a lot of times we listen to these entrepreneurs or these speakers and stuff. They always say, "Oh, cut your friends off and just lock in with other people." That's going. You guys were able to build it all with the people that you grew up with,
Mhm.
and you guys are all on the same path too as well.
Mhm.
What part of Jersey are you guys from? Like what city?
So I'm from East Orange. I was born
Hmm.
I'm from East Orange though. So yeah.
I'm I'm originally from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Brooklyn, and then I went to the Hershey School, and then I came down to Jersey. So I would say Central Jersey to around the Central Jersey area.
I'm originally from Orange, New Jersey, so Essex County, but I just relocated to DC.
Okay, so I know how Brooklyn is,
Yeah.
but Orange Jersey though, was it like, how was it growing up in East Orange or Orange, New Jersey? I've never been there in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I
Well, for me, I
don't.
so I live like so East Orange where I live is really it's very like multicultural. So where I live is like basically entirely just a black community. Like
Mhm,
you kind of sum it up. But we got our Caribbean people that live out here. We got some African people out here. If it's minorities, really only Spanish people. It's really not like a lot of like white people, Caucasian people like that.
mhm,
Surprisingly, so when I went to Hershey, I was kind of like low key surprised to see a lot of white people in general. Just out in the middle of nowhere. So But out here, yeah, it's like it's not, you know what I mean, it's not like foreign, you know, to go to like to see mad Jamaican spots all down the street, or you know, to go and see them having like a block party right down the block or something like that. You know, it was just really just, you know, just a big black kind of family. Everybody's all over, and everybody knew each other. You know, neighbors by neighbor. And like you said, like you never been out here, so a lot of people get it kind of confused because you know the name East Orange, so they think it's, you know, kind of soft. I don't promote no violence, but yeah, East Orange during the time, you know, like if you know, you know, it's like it was pretty, you know, had a lot of games like coming in and out of here, so it was kind of pretty bad for the part. Over the time, it got better, and you know, the community itself is, you know, it's a growing community. We're trying to get more stuff going on. They're building like a lot of buildings, a lot of centers, stuff like that. Really growing the community and just around it and everything like that.
Yeah, because like the question I was going to get to was kind of like growing up in a community where you were saying, you know, there was like gangs going through, or growing up in Brooklyn, man. New York, I'm, you know, pretty sure that's tougher. My dad's actually from Brooklyn, but like, how were you guys able to like see all that stuff going on and still decide like to go down a whole different path? Like, what? It's kind of like that nature versus nurture type of thing. Like, how you guys decide not to become like a product of your environment?
I mean, I'll say our parents, man. I mean, for me, you
I'll say
know, yeah, we kind of grew it to like my parents. I'm Liberian, so I got two Liberian parents, so they wasn't playing that. It was school. If you want to do extracurricular, you go to extracurricular. You come back, and that's it. Yeah, I used to hang out with some kids in the neighborhood when I used to grow up. Once my parents kind of seen they was on the bad path, yo, they used to cut them off for me. I couldn't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't, you know, I couldn't even, you know, say, so I had to find ways to kind of occupy my time. So that's when I started learning how to play basketball. From there, kind of learning how to like, you know how we got on YouTube. You know, definitely YouTube was really early on. And you start seeing stuff. You start getting accustomed to different things. You know, Jersey Club is, you know, is really like all over Jersey. You know, that's one of our prominent things out here. So you know, learning that stuff. So that was some of the things that, you know, kind of occupy my time and they would keep me out of trouble.
Was it the same for
Yeah.
you, Nate and Lonzo?
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, to piggyback off what Chris said, I also have two immigrant parents that came from Haiti, and they were just hardworking growing up. So their main focus was for us to go crazy in school, and if we wanted to do sports, do sports. They always supported us. And I know my mom and my dad, like especially my mom, is still like college is the way to go. After college, get a job, that yada yada yada. And over time, it's like you just try to find yourself in school. Like, yeah, your parents is telling you to do one thing, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want to commit to basketball, football, baseball, whatever it may be, instead of like fashion, art? You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
found I could say we all found ways to express ourselves in different like factors.
Um, to piggyback off of that, I would say yeah, like how Chrissy said, definitely your parents. I really hate the fact that like nowadays, when kids are doing a lot of crazy stuff now, it's like, bro, where's your mom? Like,
Yeah.
where's your dad? Like, that's how I be feeling like, because it just be like, yo, why are these people not being stopped by authority that they respect? If they're not going to be
Mhm.
stopped by the authority like the cops where they don't respect them, it's like, you don't even know me from a can of paint. Why are you stopping me from doing what I'm doing? It's like, where's your parents to stop you from, but
Mhm.
who am I? So I don't even question it. But yeah, I would say my parents. My mom, she was born in New York, and then she went back to Ghana, and
Mhm.
she already knew what it was. Like it wasn't like I couldn't run game on her. Even when I wanted to go with my cousins or my friends, or I couldn't run game on her. It was I had to be inside at a certain time. I had to do certain stuff at a certain time. And when like she was the one sending us to camp, like up north, like upstate New York, Adirondack, New York. Like we was going up there, and that's where I kind of got interested in all the other stuff. Like when it comes to what my friends were interested in, I wasn't really interested in that type of stuff. So I would say kudos to my Dukes. I would say kudos to my parents. I would say that I think that's the only defining factor in a lot of people's mishaps when you don't have any type of authority in your life. Some people don't think that they need any authority, and that's not right. Even like having an older brother,
Mhm.
if you go and it's crazy because if you have an older brother and you see him doing the right things, it's like you don't want to be the one to mess up what your older brother already kind of set. So yeah, not to make a long answer too long, but yeah, I think it's just your parents.
Yeah, actually, that's I'm gonna be honest with you. That's like the first answer I ever got. To be honest,
Mhm. Really?
that really is that like actually that really is though. I never thought about it like that too because only from my personal experience, like me, I didn't I didn't grow up with like a parent figure like in the crib like that. So I was
Mm.
kind of just I just did whatever I wanted regardless. But it was like it just so happened that I just decided not to do the dumb stuff I seen like my brothers doing it. But I was like, yeah, I'm good off of that stuff. So I mean, just for you guys saying that your parents play such a great role on like you guys' lives, it's like I'm on honestly, sometimes I even see the opposite. I see somebody couple people with come from a two-parent household and they're crash outs, man. I don't know what that's
Yeah.
about. Like I don't even know how that happens, bro. But it's like it's so weird though. But yeah, no, that's actually a great answer. So definitely shout out to your parents, man. They did a great job raising you guys, and you guys, came out to be great young men too as well. I'm saying it like I'm like 40, but
That's not,
no, but that's
Nah,
definitely what's up,
really
though.
though.
No,
Really.
that's true.
that really is tough though. So, all right, so you guys grew up over there in Jersey, New York, met up in Hershey and stuff like that. You already had the idea for DM by the day. How did you guys? 'Cause I know you said you were at different like schools at the time. How did you guys like collaborate on this? Was this all over like the phone, or is this something that you guys took a lot more serious once you graduated?
So basically, so when Lonnie kind of got the idea, what happens before is that like he was working on it on his own for some time,
Hmm.
but he would call me and he'll be like, "Yo, like how you feel about this? How you feel about that?" And I'll be like, "Yo, I think this is nice. This is cool." And you gotta keep working. And like I think we just having conversations about so much that we ended up just like you say, "Yo, you want to join?" I said, "For sure." I mean, I'm gonna kind of just hop in, because like at the end of the day, that's my guy. Whatever he wants to do in life, I'm gonna be right by his side, help him out, kind of get through this get it together. But basically, a lot of phone calls, and obviously we were in Jersey, so we had like those breaks, Christmas breaks, used to come together, used to talk about it, stuff like that. But during the time like 2020, we had a lot of free time, so we were able to meet up more often than not, and we were able to have a lot of these more of these like constructive calls where it's just like we had like a lot of like the game plan of how you really want to go about it. So that's really what I was saying.
This is very normal to us.
Yeah, like
This is
we
extreme.
used to do this type of setting like back in like 2020. So
This is not foreign at all. We actually was on Zoom at a point, like really doing designs together on
yeah,
like bringing up the screens. It was definitely not a foreign thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I would say like DM started in 2019, really started in 2019. COVID hit 2020, so Zoom became the number one thing people could
Yeah.
do. So
For sure.
that yeah, definitely a phone, definitely the laptop, hopping on Zoom, hopping on FaceTime, and getting the work done.
Because it was like a lot of just also too like a lot of conversation about just like well one thing that we all do is that we'll talk about like like our fits. We just talk about what you about to get, what piece you about to cop, what you about to do, like and then with this we just end up just going into like the DM conversation about like this would be hard if you did this, that, and the third. And it's like and then kept going. Like I said, so we're all just like minded because one day he will think of an idea and I literally say, yo, I was thinking about the same thing just the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Nate too. Like Nate, like, yeah, I'll feel you on that because I was thinking about that the other day too as well. So we all just like always know what the other one's kind of thinking right before they even say it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's what's up. That's what's up. And
Yeah.
then when this was all going down with that, Nate, you also joined in kind of like around the time Christy did too as well, or were you also
Nah,
like?
I was recruited like 2022. Yeah, I joined a team in like 2022 around the time I was about to graduate college.
Mm,
They saw that I was really interested into fashion. They saw like I would get new pieces, how I would dress, how I put pieces together. I would help them out with fits. They would help me out with fits. So they just saw like, wow, he has potential. So they was like, yo, Nate, would you like to join the team? And the thing is, I wanted to join the team in 2019, but they didn't really believe in me. They didn't see the vision. It was like I ain't gonna lie, like we probably still have text messages, but I'm like, Lonnie, bro, let me join the team. Let me join the team. I'm promoting DM like it's my own brand. I'm telling people, yeah, this is my brand, like da da da. And it's like, bro, Lonnie, let me join the team. Let me join the team. I remember like when they started, well, when Lonnie first would start wearing his hoodie, it said Diem, and I couldn't pronounce it. I'm like, bro, let me get that hoodie because it's dumb hard. And it's like, bro, no, bro, this is the only hoodie I got. This is the only sample. I'm like, bro, come on, let me join the team. So it was like, yeah, I joined late, but hey, it's been a great experience so far. You know what I'm saying? He's my brother, so that's my story.
Yeah,
Like
no, that's
Nate,
what's up.
like Nate got like a lot of good characteristics, just like being resilient, picking up on stuff very quickly, and like I said, like just like the like-minded thinkingness, where he's able to just kind of like know, like once we kind of talk about something, he's able to kind of be like, all right, this is the direction we want to go in, this is what we're trying to do. So it was like I was vouching for him. I was like, yo, we gotta add him. He can be great and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, during
Real.
that time too. So over time, Nate was, we all matured and Nate was able to kind of really start picking up on things, and now he's here. You know what I mean? So Nate's been definitely one of the bigger part, not like a bigger part, but a big part in this what we got going on.
That's what's up. So
Yeah.
Lonnie was like, nah, like Nate not joining this.
It wasn't
Bro, listen, I was during that time period. We actually had a larger team. Like this is not
Yeah.
like we actually had a larger team, and people start dropping out like flies. Like, and when you said the thing in the beginning where you were like, when entrepreneurs say forget your friends, start it by yourself, that whole thing. When Diem first got about or started, I wanted to create a team that was well-rounded. Like I wanted Christy, he knew clothes. Like you ask Christy about a piece that came out in 2000, he might be able to tell you about it. I had another guy who really knew how to make a design, who could take what Christy is saying and really like put that on the computer to create the design. And my whole creativeness were to fit in there. But then it started like, people start to stop believing in the passion project, which I like to call it. People stop believing in it. So my whole thing was Nate. I knew he loved clothes, but it wasn't a bro. Like when Christy came to me, he was like, bro, Nate's an asset. He's not gonna be a liability. Like I'm like, bro, I know, but I just want to make sure that once we get somebody in here, I want loyalty. I want a family. I don't want to just because a lot of people I hate the business that the one entrepreneur sees everybody as pawns and then they just moving people along or something like that. Like I don't like that type of stuff, and I don't even want like I'd rather like DM not work than to me to break this friendship or this family that I have, because for the people that are not here, I do feel a little sour because it's like I feel like we really like all once you sign that dotted line, it's like, come on, let's commit to this. Let's not devalue this. And it was what it was. So, like when they wanted to join, I was definitely a little hesitant for sure. For sure.
I also think it was because like we weren't really as close as we were like COVID hit, and then I feel like our relationship got way better. Like,
Yeah,
well, not way better, but we got closer because we didn't really like communicate that much. It was like a here and there, like hey Lonnie type. Because like they said, I'm a class below, so my brother was in a class, and I met them through my brother.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. And a lot of what you were saying too made sense too, because a lot of times when people start up something, it's like you got to see the vision. That's really where it is. Like you got to be a visionary. Because I had people too as well, like as you're saying, like in my group, that were like, "Oh, let me just come to these speaking gigs, or let me do this, or let me do that. Let me, just jump on the podcast." And then I'm like, "All right, cool." And then we'll start working a little bit. And like, "Oh, I ain't get paid yet." I'm like, "We ain't even get no money yet." And I'm like, "Bro, I've been doing this for 5 years, bro. Not getting
Yeah.
paid. Nobody watching it. 0 views, bro. Like, I don't even care. It's like, but it's like you thinking it's just gonna happen overnight. It's not. It's a process, and it's more about like, to me, it's not even about achieving a goal. It's about who you become during the process, because you got to become a different person. And once you become that person, then everything just floods all in at once. So I like the idea of what you were saying of just making that a family. It's like, yo, we locked in, we see that vision. And I mean, you already got some pretty good accomplishments. I'm pretty sure I don't y'all were in New York Fashion Week though, right? Like y'all was there during New York
Yeah,
Fashion
we
Week.
were.
Okay, all right, cool. So
We
how
did
was the
like
experience with that?
so we did like a little pop up. So that went kind of well. So we had a pop up before that too. So but we
Mhm.
this one. So but let me talk about this pop up that we did recently. But this pop up was for one of the homies that that run a page called East Coast Fits.
Mm-hmm.
He reached out to Lonzo, and he was just like, "Yo, I want you guys to vend because we had our hoodies that Nate's actually wearing right now, it's going viral a little bit. So he's like, "Yo, come out, y'all got some good traction, stuff like that. Should be a good, kind of like a basically like a he got good platform. We got our viral hoodies, so we just come out and just do that." And it was like a good little thing. Got to meet new people. Got to meet some other people who model, other people who run clothing brands and stuff like that. So it was a good experience. But I'll definitely tell you about a time where we had the same type of experience with another pop-up event called Streetwear Flea Market. When that one was like really crazy, where they really kind of curated this whole thing where it's about like all these different vendors, and it was like kind of guaranteed all these people that came in, and it was like they was really like we got a lot of exposure off that. 'Cause a lot of people came from Ohio, they came from like what further up like New Hampshire, Massachusetts, like different places.
Yeah,
Right?
Cali.
There was some celebrities like kids that was there too. I think Idris Elba's daughter was there, or a niece, something. She was there as well too. So a lot of people got to see our clothes. A lot of people got to meet us, and we were able to really build connection. Even from that pop that I'm speaking about right now, from the New York pop that we did, New York Fashion Week pop that we did, we had a lot of people who recognized us from that pop up too. So that kind of started growing our thing. Like, oh yeah, you guys are from there. I remember you guys had everybody at your table, so it was like we want one of your hoodies and things like that. That's how we keep building that community for our brand. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would to piggyback. Sorry, to piggyback on that. I would say pop-ups are a learning process. It's like pop-ups is not something that if you gotta. I'm gonna just let people know too. Like if you got a brand that you're just now starting, don't do no pop-up. Like a pop-up, you might hear someone talking about your brand in a way you might not like. You might hear, like pop-ups. Me and Christy might go to a pop-up and we just go in there to sightsee. We don't even want to cop nothing. You coming up to us, approaching us with something, and we like we not on that. But some people are like actually doing that. They're just here to judge. They're just here to collect like ideas that might be going on in New York. So it's like pop-ups are definitely a learning process. Shout out to Lance for believing in us, helping us to do that, the New York Fashion Week process. But it was always a learning experience. Always a learning experience. Fashion Week alone, all of us, we all used to talk about having a pop-up during Fashion Week, no matter where it was. Yeah. And for that to be an opportunity that we could hop on, it was definitely something that was fruitful. Learned a lot, met a lot of people. Every time you're at a pop-up, I can say that the networking is the key. You might meet someone that he's a photographer, he does videos, or she's a model or something like that, something of such. And it's always a networking experience, a learning experience when you're dealing with a pop-up and any type of pop-up, no matter what type of thing you're doing, clothes, jewelry, hats, whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And kind of go back to what Lion said about it's like, don't do a pop-up your first time. Yeah, don't do it. It's way better to do that experience via online. Mm-hmm. With a community that you can growing it, because at least people could kind of recognize his stuff. So I always say, just like what we did was, for instance, we started with like the people that we went to school with. Mm-hmm. Then from there, we went to people that we knew from back home. From there, it's like if we was in like Baltimore or something like that, if people that we knew in Baltimore, let them follow the page. Like we let everybody follow the page before we even drop like a real piece back then until like 2019, 2020. So. And once we were able to get that that kind of like that good engagement, was at like what 120? Well, we were close to like 600, I think at the time. 600 followers, right? That was just to get eyes on us. Once we dropped our first few was with the t-shirts. Mm-hmm. Boom! It was automatic. Like we was able to get some sales going in like every single time, and that kind of brought that attention to us now, and that kind of goes right there. So marketing is definitely key. Like really broadening your audience. Know where you're going to, you maybe want to take pictures at locations, like all the different things like that, right? Like just having that audience, that community around you, because that's going to be kind of like the core base, like fan base for your stuff or supporters. That's going to kind of push you on to the next level.
No, I agree. I like the idea of marketing too, is what you were saying, but it also seemed like you guys weren't like oh, just going up to random people. You might have done it a little bit, but it was kind of like you said. You started with your community, like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
like you follow me. And it's like a lot of people don't know. They may think, oh, I don't really know anybody like that. But then you go and you ask for support for the people that's just in your contacts, for like, I mean, myself, I got like 500 plus contacts. People got like all
yeah,
these contacts. It's like, yo, like just getting all these contacts, getting through them, and just ask them like, yo, support by. You don't even gotta buy nothing. Just follow the page, share the page, do stuff like that. All that stuff helps. And then, like you said, when you drop something, now everybody's kind of like they're gonna come flocking to you because
yeah,
now you don't got to go chasing. It's kind of like you farmed that too as well. And another thing, like I think like one of my like somebody I knew too. What they used to do is they used to give their clothes out to like famous people, like, oh yo, try this, or they'll just send it to because they'll have the little PO box and they'll just send it to them. They'll, yo, this is hard, and they might take a picture in it or something, and they're like, oh, bet now they got that traction too as well from it. I don't know if that's something that you guys done or whatever before, but that's something also too that I
we
seen.
tried it all.
You know,
We tried
honestly,
it all.
to go back to the marketing thing, and then I'll get into the sending it to celebrities for PO boxes because that's funny. Um, the marketing thing when we first started, I was going up to like people in my college, like, yo, follow the page, yo, you can follow the page, yo, you only got like 10 followers, yo, bro, follow the page. So it was just one of those things that I like kept going, and I'm telling like Chris to yo go up to people and just tell them to follow the page before we even had anything on the page. Like I,
Mhm.
I just wanted that, like talking to people, letting them know that we had something on the way. We had something on the
Sure.
way. And then I kept throwing up Diem on my story to where it got to a point where if you're throwing a random word up, somebody's going to ask you, what does that mean? You could be talking about, oh, chalk, random word. You put chalk on your story every day for about 30 days. Somebody's going to swipe up and say, bro, what is chalk? You throw chalk on a hoodie. Now they're like, oh, chalk is your brand or something. Like, what is that? Now they're
Mhm.
interested in the piece. Now it's, oh, yeah, to follow the page, chalk. It's like it all goes hand in hand. Now, when we talk about sending celebrities pieces, man, I would I would say do that with caution. Do that with caution. Know that the several
Easier said than done.
might not wear your stuff at all.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
don't just going out on a limb, spend the money to get them to wear it. Because
Mhm.
once again, you got to make sure the pieces that you're sending out is actually hard. I remember we sent
Yeah. Facts.
a piece to a little celebrity. I wouldn't call him a celebrity, but we sent him a piece, and like we expected him to wear it. Whole time when I look back, really wasn't a piece for real. Like we didn't really work hard on that. Like if we were to send him a piece now, I think now it will be a little bit more of a damn, this kind of hot. But
Mhm.
before, I don't know. So I would say do that with caution. Right now,
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing right now that all these influencers and celebrities are doing is like making you a Shaq and a fool. Like, oh, this piece trash.
Yeah,
This
there's gonna be a lot of that
So it's
nowadays.
like,
Yeah,
do that with caution. If you want to hear the criticism to your piece, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, put yourself out there. Sure.
a lot of people will kind of always mention that to me and be like, "Oh, yo, bro, you should just get an influencer sent to the PO box and stuff." My whole thing is them is like, listen, we can count how many times we had done tried that, and I think we can only probably count like 2 successful ones. Really, I'm just throwing in
We
numbers,
done
but
laying down on Offset. Offset,
yeah,
it was a cool little meet,
yeah,
but I'm saying we done sent so many like stuff out to people. It's just like I'd rather touch I'd rather touch a celebrity. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the cool guy and say nah. I'd rather nah. But I'd rather do a celebrity. But I'm saying like I'd rather do it in numbers. Like when the celebrity sees us, they see other people wearing it too. They ain't
yeah, like
just no like regular brand that, oh yeah, I want you in this and I want you to make this big. No, we're making it big with you or without you
yeah,
or like one of those type situations for sure.
yeah. We just got to be popping what like with and without them kind of thing. So that's really what it would come down to. So the celebrities is kind of like go ahead, see where it takes you, but at the end of the day, it's like you shouldn't, lose sleep over it, right? Oh, so
Mhm.
nah, it's okay because at the end of the day, you got to continue to market your stuff to the people who actually wants to buy it. You know what I mean? Like celebrities get free clothes all the time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. Influencer nowadays, like he just said, like these guys, they literally like kind of. I wouldn't say they promise on small brands, but like they look at small brands like, oh well, they got this nice idea, I want a hoodie from, but I'm gonna kind of make them, say, oh, we're gonna market it the whole time. I'm gonna just wear it when I feel like it. So you gotta be
Mhm.
really careful about that. So it's just like,
Or
but
they steal your idea.
oh yeah, they steal your ideas
Steal
too.
your
So yeah,
idea.
yeah. So
So,
just be careful with all of that stuff. At the end of the day, like you still got a brand and you still got people who still want it, who are still gonna want to buy it, right? Those
Mhm.
one or two one-off people who are famous on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, those are just one-offs. Like, you know what I mean? Like they could get you more exposure, but at the end of the day, it's really about like I said, your community and how you market your stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we talked about a lot of stuff when it was coming to just branding, marketing, clothes, networking, relationship. I just feel like we talked about a lot of stuff that we definitely condensed into a 30-minute nice little conversation and stuff. But if you had to leave, I'm gonna hear from each one of you guys, but if you each had to leave like the audience with like one piece of advice, what would you say?
I'll start with this one. Really, I would say feel free, like just be yourself. When it comes to being like a brand owner or whatever, don't don't feel like you shouldn't reach out to people. Always reach out to people, and even if it's models, your friends, whatever it may be. Always try to reach out, network as much as possible. Just talking to people, because at the end of the day, you don't know if you ask if they're gonna buy or even support you. But if you don't ask, you miss out on both of those opportunities.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah,
That's
it kind
good.
of goes with Nate said, like, yeah, you just can't like all those no's really like just like stepping stones for real to lead you to that yes. So you just gotta kind of put that, what you want out there, and people saying it sucks or oh you can't, like, yo, you should quit that, whatever, this and the third, like, what I mean, just take that criticism, take what they're saying, and just keep grinding with, use it as motivation to keep going, and eventually you'll get to the point where everybody's like, oh yeah, I like this and the third. Like there's a quote too, like it takes 10 years to become an overnight sensation. So
Hmm.
just, that's kind of where it kind of leads you to.
Sure, sure.
Me, I'll say time is everything we have and we don't. Um, believe in God. Um, face your fears. Um, and love yourself. I would say love yourself, because reason I say love yourself is just that obviously you're not the cool guy in everybody's story. You're not the cool guy in everybody's book. You don't really mean anything to me. You don't really mean anything to Christy or anything else. You could see a random guy in Walmart or Target, wherever you go. You don't really mean anything to him. So it's you have to love yourself to be the man in your own story. Um, and be confident. Be confident. Make sure your confidence rules everything. I hate when people be like, "Yo, this guy's a little too confident. He's too cocky." That's not a thing. Move to the beat of your own drum, and
Yeah,
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 surround
definitely.
yourself. Oh, surround yourself around good men. Surround yourself around good guys. Surround yourself around a good girl. Whatever you want to do, surround yourself around good people. And I'm talking good-hearted people.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's true.
For sure, for sure, for sure. That's definitely on some great stuff that we heard from you guys. That let's say someone was interested in a piece or just even just getting advice. Maybe they're starting up their own thing. And they just want to get some advice from you guys. How can they contact you?
You can reach us out on like a Diem by the day, or you can reach me at Loso. I mean not Loso, Lenzel underscore. Well, yeah, double underscore dot right there. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna use
Okay.
it. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
All right, all right. I
And you can
appreciate y'all again for. Oh, go ahead. What you say?
follow DM by the day as
Yeah,
well.
definitely follow that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to
I was
say
gonna
that
say
too.
that.
No, definitely follow DM by the day. I appreciate y'all definitely taking the time out of y'all day to get all three of y'all on here, get y'all schedules aligned. I know y'all in different places too as well, so that was definitely some good
Yeah.
stuff. Y'all great guys, man. It was just some great stuff that I was hearing. I'm not too much of a fashion dude myself. I mean, I'll throw it on a little bit, but it was nice hearing from you guys. Though. I
Of
appreciate
course, of
y'all.
course.
Thank
Now,
you.
and for sure, listen, Carlos, right?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, listen, appreciate you for having us. This is our first podcast. This is our
Yeah.
first time really showing our face. As people can see, we don't really follow ourselves on the gram. We don't really have a face to the name, but appreciate you for having us. Definitely could talk for hours, but appreciate you. And if you need any pieces, DM us. We'll send you some stuff because this is our first podcast, and we do like showing love when love is needed and love when love is in the room. So appreciate you for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I appreciate y'all, man. And when I see Christy next week, I'll give him 3 copies of my book. So y'all
Okay.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yes, sir, man. All right, that's really all we have for you guys today, man. I want you guys to keep killing the day. Winners win, losers lose, and you guys pray for success like this. I'll talk to you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.